Welcome to my views and news. Thursday's first video breaking news is from Shire front. Shire city, one of the main cities of Tigray region, has been a target of a joint offensive by Ethiopian National Defense Force and Eritrean military. Shire is under Tigray control, but a key town close to Shire has come under ENDF and EDF control. Secondly, it seems as if general mobilization is being ordered in Eritrea. Though strictly speaking, not general mobilization, but all citizens below the age of 55 are being recruited. We have details for you. And thirdly, viewers, humanitarian crisis in Tigray is worsening while TDF is fighting. People of Tigray are going to face another round of humanitarian crisis. Tens of thousands have been displaced from Shiraro, from nearby areas. UN Secretary General spokesperson also spoke a little about the crisis in Tigray, which is worsening. We have details for you. Firstly, viewers, Shire front, one of the major cities in Tigray is Shire, situated along A2 highway. This is the first major city which is being targeted by Ethiopian National Defense Force and Eritrean forces in a joint offensive. 2 days ago, Tadase Varede, Tigray military chief, in a press briefing confirmed EDF and ENDF joint attack towards Shire. And we know that before that, Shiraro has come under EDF, ENDF control. It has almost been confirmed now that Shiraro is under Eritrean, Ethiopian government control. Shiraro is close to Tigray, Eritrea border, on Tigray side of the border. Now, Shire front, where EDF and ENDF have made some gains. They have not entered Shire city. Still, they are at a distance from Shire city, but they have managed to take control of a place around 20 kilometers away from Shire. Name of this place is Adi Daero. Adi Daero is situated to the north of Shire city. Around 20-25 kilometers away from Shire is Adi Daero. Adi Daero is in Laile Ediabo Woreda. It is one of the main towns in this Woreda. Other towns in this Woreda include Adi Nabrid. Adi Nabrid, Adi Daero are both in Ediabo Woreda. And Eritrean and Ethiopian National Defense Force, they have managed to take control of Adi Daero reportedly. It means that they'll continue their advance towards Shire. Their main target is Shire. They were trying to capture Shire and they were close to Shire, but they were pushed back from Shire. It means that so far they are not in control of Shire city, though they are trying to rapidly move towards Shire, but still they have managed to secure areas between Eritrean border and Adi Daero. Adi Daero is around 15 kilometers away from Eritrean border, I think. So it means that the advance is ongoing, but on Shire front, Ethiopian National Defense Force and Eritrean forces are faced with stiff resistance. We know that for several days we have been hearing rumors that Shire had come under EDF and ENDF control. But you see that still EDF and ENDF are around 20 kilometers away from Shire city. They are in Adi Daero. Can ENDF and EDF take Shire? That remains to be seen. Obviously, TDF is trying to push them back towards Eritrean border, and the fighting has been going on for several days. But so far, EDF and Eritrean forces, they have managed to reach only close to Adi Daero. It means that stiff resistance is there. So in coming days, the situation on this front will be clear that who is going to have an advantage here. But obviously, ENDF, EDF have made some gains. They have managed to reach Adi Daero. But their advance from Adi Daero to Shire is being countered and repelled by Tigray fighters. And for several days, EDF and ENDF have been trying to enter Shire, but so far they are around 20 kilometers away from Shire town. Secondly, viewers, we have a new story about recruitments, preparations in Eritrea, where almost general mobilization has been ordered. All citizens, all government officials below the age of 55 are being recruited. Reservists have also been recalled to their units, and new recruitments are underway. Conscription is intensifying. In some previous videos, we showed pictures from a church in Eritrea from where youth were being detained. Several reports are coming in confirming that Eritrean military has launched a massive recruitment campaign. And it's very understandable that if this war goes on, obviously Eritrea will need lots of deployments on different fronts. That is why this new phase of recruitments, conscriptions is underway. Pictures are being shared by some sources that thousands of recruits have completed their training at Sava and they're being deployed to front lines. I don't know about the authenticity of the pictures, but what we can confirm is that a renewed campaign of conscription and recruitments is underway across Eritrea. Eritrea takes pride in being a stable country in the Horn of Africa. And one of the achievements which Eritrean government claims that it has secured is stability. But is this stability? I mean, if tens of thousands of your people are being recruited and they're being forced to fight, can you call it stability? Eritrea can only be stable if its neighborhood is stable. If there is war in Tigray, in Ethiopia, in Sudan, this instability will definitely find a way into Eritrea. And that is what we are seeing, that Eritrean resources are also being diverted to the war. If Eritrea is deploying its military, its asset, it means that its resources are being diverted to this war. So what is required is a regional effort for peace. Otherwise, all countries will be affected by this war. Thirdly, viewers, humanitarian crisis in Tigray is worsening. Around 200,000 people have been displaced so far, close to 200,000 reportedly due to new offensives launched by ENDF and EDF from Eritrean soil towards Shire, Shiraro and nearby areas. Tens of thousands are arriving in nearby cities. People from Shiraro and other areas are arriving in Shire. Now, when Shire is being targeted as well, from Shire people will move towards other places too. It means that this crisis will worsen. Yesterday, we saw two videos. First one showed people from Shiraro who have been displaced now towards Shire. And second video shows a statement of UN Secretary General spokesperson who confirmed that all aid supplies to Tigray are suspended. No flights are arriving in Tigray. Even flights carrying humanitarian aid agency workers are not landing or leaving Tigray. No cash, no fuel. So it means that all humanitarian aid to Tigray has been suspended. And the aid which is in Tigray cannot be distributed because there is no fuel. So if this war goes on, you can imagine how people of Tigray will suffer. Yes, TDF is in possession of some amount of fuel and food as well, because there are warehouses in Mekelle full of food. But how long can TDF feed its people? How long can Tigray regional government feed its people if this war goes on? So Tigray does not have lots of time. Tigray is under a siege. That is why in the previous video we analyzed the capability of Tigray regional government, Tigray forces to defend Mekelle. Problem is Tigray is under a siege. It cannot sustain this war for years. By being in major cities, it will have to withdraw from major cities because it won't be able to feed its people. The food stocks in Mekelle, if they are finished, what will happen after that? If TDF uses all its fuel storage, what will happen after that? So Tigray forces do not have lots of time. On the other hand, Ethiopian federal government, Eritrean forces, they have lots of time. They can continue this war for months, for years as well. So what Tigray needs is some sort of support from outside. How will Tigray receive this support? And if is there anyone to support Tigray in this crisis? That remains to be seen. Watch two videos. One shows people displaced from Shiraro. Other one is a statement of UN Secretary General spokesperson about humanitarian crisis in Tigray. Thank you for watching.
Turning to Ethiopia, our humanitarian colleagues tell us that tens of thousands of people have reportedly been displaced in parts of Tigray, Afar, and Amhara. Hostilities resumed there 3 weeks ago, as you'll recall. Humanitarian convoys into Tigray region are still suspended, as are the UN's humanitarian flight air services between Addis Ababa and Tigray's capital, Mekelle. This hampers the rotation of humanitarian workers and transfers for cash for humanitarian operations. We, along with our partners, continue to distribute the aid we had already available in Tigray. That includes cold chain equipment such as freezers and refrigerators, as well as medical supplies to health centers and hospitals. Our partners have also distributed shelter supplies for 23,000 newly